This video is sponsored by Intel, with the mainboard, CPU, and solid-state drive provided by Intel and ASUS. Now, on with the video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge. You know it's a good day when you get to sit down and get paid to draw pictures of amazing computers. This is just a concept of what we're going to turn this computer into. Now this is a system we are giving away, and we'll have more on that a little bit later. But at this point in the video, I want to go over some of the extreme hardware that is going into this year's build. In our previous video, we covered the mainboard and power supply, and this being the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge, it's time to cover the next extreme piece of hardware. And that would be the CPU that Intel has provided us, their i9-7980XE. Now, if you're not familiar with this chip, this is an 18-core, 36-thread, unlocked, absolute beast of a CPU. There's a bunch of cool different specs on this box and things, and I could probably talk about that, but that's not interesting. What's interesting is what you can do with it. And to talk about what you can do with this chip, I'm going to talk about what I can do with the chip in the computer behind me. Now this is my workstation here at Digital Storm. It's what we do all of the video, photo work on. I've done some live streaming on that. There's pretty much very little I haven't done on that computer. And I do a lot of stuff at once. That's why I have a huge 2-monitor setup here, and I will saturate pretty much everything. 10 cores, 20 threads, that CPU is incredible. This CPU has 80% more cores and threads than that. That thing had my mind go, this thing is kind of, I remember back in the day when I first got into, when I was gaming and I started getting into workstation production, and you kind of had to make that sacrifice of sort of, oh, I want to build a computer that can do my rendering, but I enjoy gaming. And it's like, okay, well, I can have a gaming computer that is great, but it's a crap workstation. Or I can have a workstation that's great, which is what I did, but it's a crap gaming computer. And those days are pretty much gone. This has high clock speeds, huge amount of cores. You could game on this, absolutely no problems, then switch over, do content creation, switch back to gaming, do gaming while doing content creation if that's your thing. You could certainly stream on this like an absolute beast. You would have no problems whatsoever. So that's what I find exciting. It's not so much about the cool numbers, the tech and things, it's what you can do with it. And there's pretty much not enough ADD in the universe to saturate all the things you could possibly do with this insane CPU. But the best part of this, we're giving it away in a computer that is as extreme as the CPU. That brings us on to our next chapter, where I wish I could take this home, but I can't. I have to unbox it and put it in this amazing computer for you all to win.
They'll know how we do it. They'll never get it anyway. Conquering the impossible, all with a smile on our face. We work hard, we play harder, we push it to the limit, going farther and farther. We work hard, we play harder, we push it to the limit, going farther and farther. Grind all day, we dance all night. We're body freaks of nature, we're body freaks, body freaks. Grind all day, we dance all night. We're body freaks of nature, we're body freaks, body freaks.
Now that we have the first radiator in, it's probably a good time to talk about the cooling system inside of this computer. The radiator I just installed is a quad 140mm rad. Now that is large enough to cool most pretty high-end computers, but this is the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge, and yeah, enough is just never enough. So that's radiator 1 of 3. We have a triple 140mm rad that we'll also be putting in. as well as a double 140mm radiator. So we're gonna have enough cooling in here to cool probably a mid-80s sports car, which is most excellent. Now to tie that all together and make it look beautiful, we've got all sorts of different hardware here. Starting off, we have our beautiful tube reservoir, which has our nice Digital Storm logo on it. Think warp core. That's gonna look absolutely beautiful. We have our custom-made fluid distribution block that'll be going along the backside. This is going to channel all of the liquid cooling from the radiators, the CPU, GPUs, all together in an efficient form factor that looks absolutely beautiful. It's also LED lit, so more of that warp core goodness. On to our fittings. Now, this year we have the Intel Extreme Edition i9 with beautiful gold and black theming. That seems to fit in perfectly with our array of gold fittings. Yes, I know the fittings were white in the concept, we changed our mind. So those are all going in here. It's going to make an extreme cooling system. If all of that has you excited, we can move on to the part of the video where I can tell you what you need to do for your chance to win this extreme computer. All you need to do to enter is tweet out my hashtag Intel Rig Challenge, votes with @DigitalStormPC. Now you can vote once per day, every day, right up until the end of the contest. And yes, voting more than once does increase your odds of winning. If you want to know any of the details for this contest, go ahead and check out rigchallenge.intel.com for more information. I'll put a link in the description below. Also, during this contest, we are running a number of sales and promotions on a few Digital Storm computers. So if you are in the market, definitely check out the link below. I promise it is there this time. So yes, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and be sure to check out our next video where we continue progress on this amazing build.